Ah, man. Let's see how the volume sounds. How's it going? Alright, that sounds good to me. Hello everyone, Bubble Ninja 720 here, bringing you part 139 of my livestream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. Give me 2 seconds, I gotta send some messages out. We're gonna do some more story as soon as I get ready. In a moment. Alright. Story time! Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare nodes prior to proceeding. Heard. Oh, real quick, I believe I'm like... Hey, it's the Fat Chocobo. I'm about 5 to 6 missions away from finishing. Shadowbringers. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause, intruder interference. Advised deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. Blip bloop. Warning. Scheduled Dragon Restraint maintenance due in negative 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Ah, now it's Ozma. There's Alphino. Probably... maybe this one. Bzzzt. Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. Bzzzt. I'm afraid Acidian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? It is noted it smelled like burned hair. Yes, a interrupting node was spontaneously warned me about neglecting the dragon restraints. I found a way to activate mechanical sentries if that's any help. No. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Graha spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Very well, let us take a closer look. This way. You know, probably be best if I led the way. Oh, by the way, I got my gold plated Magitech armor. This was for 500 commendations. Yeah. East gold plated. Blip. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanisms? Blip blip. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. Field trial spirit vessel. Would a wind-up Graha work? Blip. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Bloop. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. Alpha No Levy or Estinian Wormblood, or me, Hero. Bloop. Welcome, Hero. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Blip bloop. Error. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. A system update? What do you suppose it is asking of us? I could hazard a guess. To smash it to pieces. Could hazard a guess. Let's go ask Sid. Well, that's more than I can say. Confounded bloody thing. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. Bloop. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it has received the requisite system update as far as I can tell. Until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation protocols. Bloop. I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying. But I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. Heard. For vengeance. Smoked chicken. That's a good one. I like that determination and critical hit. Bloop. Guiding user to terminal. This way, please. Yeah. Oh. I'm getting buffs. Is it underneath? Here we go. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Why, software version 42.002, of course. Blip bloop. Warning, errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update, 5 years, 1 day. Oh, jeez. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead. Bloop. The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain, just tell me if we've made any progress. I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pearl once I am ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use for it. Rest assured I will be certain to return it to Graha Tia once this is over. Appreciate it. Here you go. Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there's something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Alagon Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Ashians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ashians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Fandaniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? Enemy or no, I want to understand him. I will try, yes, and if that fails, I'll remember him. Certainly after I've wiped the smile off his face. I'll do the middle one. Huh. I see little point in reasoning with the wretch, or remembering him for that matter. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be but the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence. Well, the thing about remembering doesn't have to be for the good. You also remember the people so you don't, or the situations so you don't repeat said problems. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited. Yeah, facts. And there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. Facts. So save your mercy for those who deserve it. Facts. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphino has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Yes, let's leave the, teenager with the ancient technology. Southwest. It would seem I got the cards from here already. Let's head back to Tiamat. I think we can see Tiamat from here. No, that's not Tiamat. Never mind. There's Tiamat. Now we can see Tiamat from here. My, how large you are, Tiamat. I'm gonna hopefully in this 2-hour span get to Endwalker. It'd be nice. I'd really love it. We do have, I think, at least one more dungeon before we can get there, though. That'd probably be the only wrench in the works. Waiting for a group and stuff. Estinian told me all as well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alpha Node's absence that he's needed elsewhere. Job's almost done. Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were off talking to Nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Our readings confirmed that her ethereal balance leans strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Meaning I'll need all the ether I can get. Thank you in advance. Should be no problem. Should be no problem from me because my dense soul. Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Although this endeavor. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference? Now that you mention it, very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk, it's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphino to disengage the restraint ethereal dampeners. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Ah, such warmth. The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alag. Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Hero, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of the times past. Tell me of Bahamut and the Ashians. Tell me of your war with the men of Alag. Tell me of Bahamut and the Ashians. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mericidia could have lasted for eternity, but alas, it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that, and all creation I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alag first came unto Mericidia, unto our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come to be known as Mericidia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I found a place to raise our young. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Charlean scholar Rurusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent toward the end of the Second Astral Era, correctly it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo. When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing ever more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long, man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of man, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony too are fated to end. For the men of Alag slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest thou knowest only too well. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Ascians together, and you have your beloved, you and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear, when this is over... Keep going, Alistair. The magic is working. Oh, I didn't get to ask the other one? Man. Well, I knew this wasn't going to be easy. No patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close. I could feel it. And while I've only got a few more drops of aether left to give, with yours and Graha's, this will work. And I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require. Just don't kill us. Careful, I might hold you to that. Alright, here I go. Oh, you don't get to ask the other question. I thought you get to do both of them. Oh well. Maybe I had to ask the other one first.
No! I'm almost there! This is it, Angelo!
Es ließ an. Mich es die.
Yes, I feel it. The icon's grip groweth weak.
Did it work?
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Time for the gambit. Answer me this, children of man. Can my kindred be saved in like manner?
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
My children.
Slosk an all folken an. Slosk saith son in an.
Should you hearken unto my call, we shall fly together once more. But should you not, I shall grant you peace.
Often. More good. One Lis an. Do old an.
Better to die than live as a tool of evil. You too would wish this, I know, and I shall do as I must.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
She's in an.
Thou hast my gratitude, little one.
Alphino's ready. It's time.
Time to pop the cork.
Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Otherwise we got Bahamut's equal. Bahamut, my beloved. For vengeance and atonement, I rise.
By the gods!
Urianger, your timing could not be better.
Convenient.
Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan. He flies for the largest amount of settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way.
He's gonna have a special mount.
Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Oh, what better mount for a dragoon than an actual dragon? God, that gave me chills. Well, I'm sure you're desperate to join Estinian and Tiamat in battle. 'Twould be wiser to gather the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less. Give me that smoked chicken. The Flames of War. Ooh, I'm probably gonna have to get another critical. I love that critical strike, but I need that determination too. Maybe some direct hit. I'll have to check first to see what I don't have. I've already sent word to the others. We are to rendezvous in Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. Let us collect the Alphino and be on our way. How about you all collect the Alphino and I can just pour it back to Ul'dah? How about that? And now, as these laws permanently changed, no more Tiamat. Oh, cool. It already ported me over there. This is probably dead. Yeah, that journal's expired. What was I going to look up? I was going to look something up. Oh, yeah. My materia right fast. I do not have any determination ones, so I need a determination one at least. Now, I know some of you could do with the rest, but I'm sorry to say that Telophoroi have other plans. Paglthon is already under siege. Happily, the Immortal Flames arrived just in time to join a defensive effort, with Marshal Taropin at their head. Well now, given the failure of the peace negotiations, I was uncertain how the Sultanate would respond. It is good to hear that Ul'dah has not abandoned the Amalja. Abandoned them? Did we not profess to be their friends? Your Grace. Marshal Taropin had made provisions for such an exigency, and was ready to depart at a moment's notice. Blah. And that was all that was required was the agreement of the Syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of intervention. Nor is Ul'dah alone in its resolve. The other Alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Paglthon. Yet even with our combined strength, we shall be sorely tested. For we face not only the might of an Imperial Legion, but Lunar Bahamut and his Draconic Horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured. But not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite their proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amalja show any signs of tempering. Strange. What Primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so, Primals are not wont to serve a master, Ashian or otherwise. It may well be that Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that were true, anyone could fight him, and Hero and others like him wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Lunar Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe whom our soldiers will struggle to best through mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better, assuming that is you are ready to take the field. Yeah, that fight's gonna be kind of fun. An airship awaits to bear you to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you are able. I still have moments where I still goof on that fight. Just from the sheer amount of dodging you gotta do. You'll see in a little bit. I, meanwhile, shall continue to coordinate our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you. Ah, the 12. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Well, I for one am inclined to do as her Grace requests. Lest we forget, Arenvald and Fordola are in Paglthon on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. Indeed. To the airship, then. To the Pinky. If you guys haven't noticed, Paglthon's gonna be the next dungeon. I get to go save the Amalja. And if you don't remember who the Amalja are, they're the lizard guys that were trying to feed me to Ifrit way back when. Airship landing in Ulda. Okay. Yippee. Greetings, we've been expecting you. But say the word and we shall depart for Paglethan at once. Yay. Cool, only a half an hour in and we got here already. Got it. We just gotta wait for a queue up. While we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and stop by the home. Let's go see how the hoose look. Oh, crud muffins. I probably should do Kaishir and Minago as well. Darn it. Oh well. Maybe I'll extend the episode a little bit. So I added myself one of these. It turns from red to blue. I like the blue flame, personally. I added a striking dummy so I could beat the crap out of something whenever I get upset. Pardon the dim interior, but I did some moving around. I made a table, so this is like the little dining area, and you have like the little TV. I made myself a nice vortex chair, so you can aerate and enjoy while you watch. I put my plants up here that I'll eventually do, and I made a little loft. I'll do more of it later, but you know, that's just that for now. I got my ice box, yay! We have flowing water, so now I can wash the dishes, and I have like my spirits and some other stuff up here. My cheese, my bread. I did like a little apothecary thing. There's my plates and dishware, fruit and veggies and spices. Cook fire. If you all come in, that's where my my sign book is. Still no one has shown up. Sadly. Let's go check the bedroom out. There's my maidservant. I have my little wardrobe set up for my Halloween costume for Link. I'll update that later. I have a nice moonlit set to sleep by. And, you know, I sleep in a coffin right now. My little ending journey. I moved the wardrobe over here because it feels a little bit cleaner than having it over there. Didn't really do any much different. I still have running water here so I can wash my hands whenever. Clean my face, all that jazz. Just don't have a mirror. Alright, so done this part. Oh yeah, I added a triple triad table so we could have a little bit of fun. If people want to play cards. Hey Graha, how you doing? But like, yeah, I could play some cards while we have some incense burning. And we could play for keeps, because, you know, that's why I got the coins set up. My little Tom Perry defending my hoard of stuff. I made a nice piano. How long does it play for? Oh, that's all it plays for? Dang. I was hoping it'd play for longer. Then I got a harp. I even made little seats so you could sit while you're playing the harp or the piano. I got this nice shiny... This is one of the new floor items. It's kind of nice. It sparkles and it's a little brighter than this gold pile. I got a book. Kind of incorporates the dead man's chest in there, so it's kind of Got my apothecary stuff. I lined up my my NPCs over here, so it'll be a little bit better. And this will be another wardrobe setup down here. So yeah, and then like this is my little study. This is where I'll sit and do my work. Yay. Let's go check and see. Wow, they really did some cleaning up. A Tomberry's Tears and Run, Endwalker. Huh. Wow, they did a lot of cleaning up in there. Well, anyways, I hope y'all liked the house. It's still under construction. Oh yeah, I gave myself a wooden chandelier. I love that chandelier. And I gave myself a skylight chandelier here. My aim is probably to put another bookshelf here. Maybe do another loft. I don't know. I like lofts. This loft will probably have like a jump mechanic to climb up to it instead of like, you know... There we go. Yeah, so we'll use that to get up there. I don't want to... I'm not going to put a actual staircase. So yeah. 'Cause, you know, I'd have to put it here. And it would block the couch from the TV. Because it's kind of like a TV kind of thing. Oh well. Enough of me home. I might change the exterior, but I'd have to go on my main to make it because it's the company workshop. I want to do like the the Woodland Cottage. All right, let's go to Gold Saucer. Oh, never mind, we're going to Paggleton. Yes, I was about to say, we should be getting ready for reset soon, if not already. Alright, let's do this. Ooh. Ooh. Liking this music. This is giving me some Doom vibes. A little bit. If an orchestrion roll drops for this, I'm so rolling on it. Eat my crits! Yeah, I'm so rolling on this orchestrion roll. Sage is pretty solid too, I like it. Time to eat more crits! I'm so standing this, I don't care. Oh, we got 2 Pictos? Yes! Alright, I'll get out of that because I can't just heal through it. Your pain feeds me. We're going this way. Fire the cannon! Eat those tasty crits. As you can tell, this one deals exclusively in electricity. Oops, my bad. At least I, put it for that. Alright, I got a little bit of vuln back. Oh shit. How's it going, Plex? I'm doing alright. How about yourself? Well, as could be. Oh, crap baskets. Whew, that was close. I almost got the tail end. Oh, I used my ability right when it died.
What took you so long?
Well, I
Are in
didn't.
trouble. Let's split up.
I didn't get to fly on the back of a dragon, so. Congrats. You're almost there. Good job, buddy. Well, I probably should pay attention to my health bar. Oh wait, what was that? I can't hear you over the sound of me healing and hurting you at the same time. Oh no, I did not hear. What's going on with 2.0? That probably will mean that I definitely will have to restart my game. Darn. That's sad.
Oh, no, you don't.
Bathe me in dragon flame. Literally gonna be a new game. I relish the thought. Are they bringing the behemoth in? Ah, Tiamat enters the fray. There's the treasure. There it is. Sneaky snacky. Keep the dragon in the flame. Tiamat will help kill these guys off. And then we need the. There we go. I'll have to read up on it. I'll read up on it in a minute. Once I get done with this stream, I'll be doing it 7 days anyways, so I'll be able to see that. Oh, I wasted that. Oh crap. So this boss is a giant cannon wall. Just gotta be careful not to stand in the blue or the red. And then we gotta destroy the core. Yeah, like I said, I want to get to build height limit because there's a trophy. I'll eventually do it. I was also playing with electricity a little bit. I got two of my, there's two, whatchamacallit set up now, solar panel arrays. I have 3 rank 6 solar cells in each. I'm gonna have a total of 4 eventually, 1 for each corner. Oh crap, baskets, I'm not paying attention. Now they throw missiles in. Glad I still had some time. Oh, rockets. Get to the middle. Ooh, goodies. Those will get turned into company seals. Alright, let's kill this. Eat my crits. Ooh, I'm really vibing with this music. one more treasure coffer over here. Alright. Then we got one more across the bend. We gotta close the gap. We gotta get over there. We'll find out how to do that in a second. Once this dragon dies. Yay, we get to go on dragon back. Yay. There's one more treasure coffer to be had in here before the last boss. It's over here. I think it's time for crits. Let's do that. And there's the last chest. And time to go for the last boss. Now you guessed it. Lunar Bahamut. Telotherium, Lunar Bahamut. And that's the extent of the fight for those two. Pretty much. Yay. I'm getting chills. Alright, so this is that fight that I was telling you about that I had to have sometime by Gooby. You're gonna see why in a minute. Well, Dirty Olive just died. Oh, shit. Akmorn. By the way, I'm zoomed out as far as I can go. I don't think I wasn't supposed to stand in that. My bad. Whew, that was close. Crit-tastic. this part. Ooh, I gotta be careful. Ah, shit. It's in the center. It's in the center. Anytime you two pictos want to use your limit break, could be nice and dandy sour candy. We'll use that. There we go. Critty time! Yes! Took him down! There's gonna be a lot of that from now on. No, ha 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 when you do the dungeon. It's gonna be just, oh. Thank you, teammates. Children of man, the shade of my beloved is no more, and I shall be forever in your debt. By your deeds are we set free, and free we shall remain as long as I draw breath. Never again shall the dragons of Mericidia hearken to the lies of the Ashians, this I vow. I mean, it's gonna be kinda easier considering we killed most of them, but, you know, I digress. Thank you. Dragon nod. And there goes a broodmother.
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well.
A chieftain of Paglethon.
Long have our peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
You would make peace with Ul'dah, then? We would be proud to call you our allies. Then let us put the past behind us. We would be proud to call you our allies.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury. I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause, till we meet again.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
It only took a few expansions, but we did it. We've come a long way. Meanwhile... sometime earlier inside the Paglethan Tower. Oh shit. This probably doesn't look too good. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh yeah, this part. Ugh.
What in Relga's name happened here?
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
Don't think that's gonna work.
Get back!
No! What have I done?
It's too late for them! We're leaving, now!
You should listen to her, Arnvald. It's a summoning! Get gone! Too late. Hey, it's Ifrit.
No! No! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together!
I know it's a tiny ass shield, but why not pull the shield out instead of using your body as the goddamn shield? Well, it'd be too much to hope that we have seen the last of Fandaniel. We have dealt his schemes a telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. Not really. And celebrate I will, when we have received word of Arnvald's safe return. I think it was a determination that I needed. You may now enter Paglethan with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. I think I got a few materia. Ooh, I got a Lunar Bahamut card. I got a total of 3 materia. Cool beans. At least I got 2 of those now. We're gonna use this card. Yay. Too bad I didn't get the Orchestrion roll, but oh well. When the dust settles. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave Scions! Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistry. Your grace, whatever is the matter. As our troops withdrew from Paglethan, they came upon the 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend I believe, had been wounded, and was being dragged away by the other. Oh no. I must go. Forgive me, your grace. At least he's running, instead of walking. Well, shag running. Can you tell us aught of Arnvald's condition, your grace, the wounded scout? Not say that it is grave. The Chirurgians tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Hero, Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. You know, could use the support of, you know, familial bond, but okay. Very well. Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Paglethan. Come on, then. Estinian wears one of the relic armors from the Dragoon story. Where am I at? I'm lost. Oh no, I'm lost. Okay, I don't go here very often, so... I usually use my Aetheryte tickets to port from place to place. I hardly ever use the airships anymore. The Frontistry Chirurgian. So we're going to the Alchemist Guild. Place we haven't visited since I unlocked alchemy. Oh, there's Fordola. Instead of standing there gawping, why don't you tell your friend to stop whining like an underfed dog? People are fighting for their lives in there. Another one came to see the lad in silver armor. Master Demaliat is attending to him as we speak. If you would be so kind as to wait. What did Master Demaliat say? Tell me his exact words. Enough, Alphino, this isn't helping. Let the Chirurgians do their work. I wouldn't say both of those. But, you're right, forgive me. When we said our farewells to Arnvald, I was afraid that something like this might happen. But now that it has, all we could do is wait.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I could have...
Of what?
Got tempered?
Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light. People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most.
Truth.
If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! You need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better, and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the fragrant chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will. I gotta see where we're at. Yeah, we're like 4 missions away now. Getting closer and closer.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
Uh-oh.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities.
Fun.
For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
You need only tell me where they are, Your Grace. The Grand Companies, Your Grace, is that wise?
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause. It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do.
So right now we have the Kobold, the Sahagan, and the Amalja, so that leaves Ixal and kind of the Sylphs. We do have some of the Sylphs already, so...
Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
Sweet.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Not getting that respite. Traveling, though, that's quite a bit of what we're doing. I could make that table in a smaller version for my house. I actually have it for my main character's guild house. It's in a little secret cubby. Hey, we're all sitting in a circle. Oh, an oval. Yeah, it's almost crystal shaped. Right then, unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. I think he's gonna stick around here. And that includes you, Alphino. Arnvold is in good hands here. Oh, never mind. Of course, he would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. If all are in agreement, then, I shall let Kral know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. Not really, because I'm just going to port right there. It'll be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him, and thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Kryl in particular has a few matters she is keen to discuss. One of which concerns you, Estinian. Believe it or not, well, you will be joining us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you said you were avoiding the Baldessian woman. That Baldessian woman. If I refused, she would only pursue me. Heh. Let's get this over with, shall we? The real reason is because he's trying to look out for Alphino. The only reason why he decided to tag along. He knows Alphino needs the support. Alright. I don't need to actually walk. I can just port straight there. Making sure that none of my currencies are maxing out. I don't want to waste precious resources. Cutscene.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
That day in the Crystarium, near the end of the Dragonsong War. Ooh, I actually don't remember. Well, I was gonna say the Crystarium.
When Elidibus sought to make warriors of light, that was the voice which calls constantly to all who might hear it. I spoke of direct communication, when Hydaelyn communed solely with you. A far rarer occurrence.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular.
Quick history lesson for this. Remember back in Realm Reborn, she was talking about when we were fighting the Ultima Weapon that she didn't have any more strength to shield us. And then, of course, when Midgard Sormer stripped us of the blessing, saying that we were draining Hydaelyn. So, maybe there's a reason why she can't talk to us.
Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times.
Especially one with an echo.
Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
The puppy dog eyes.
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Gain one, lose one. Par stands. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, the Hall of Doom. Legion of Doom? Ooh, a lot of weapons. Tasty. Oh yeah. He's trying to choose a new weapon.
Well, does this one meet with your approval?
Probably not.
Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting, though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have a busy few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Tancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, than you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future, but for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in. And gladly mind you. It's the least I could do to support the science who risked life and limb, like poor Arnvald. I wish there was something we could do for him. We'll just have to settle for, say, the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles, now would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Not for naught. Oh, they didn't even give us a title for that one? Blech. The company we keep. So that puts us at the final three. Ah, Hero, you're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryl, I'm afraid we're still waiting, but we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance had the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, thanks to the Beast Tribe, talks with the Beast Tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Ulda's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not. What about, Limsa and the Sahagan? All of which is obviously very encouraging. But with the Telophoroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Smart move. Stay on the offensive. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. We were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telophoroi, in concert with our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that you will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady. And for their part, I am told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of the Eorzea will be represented. Do it. Make it so. To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. I'm already itching to burn an Aetheryte ticket. Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Be right there in a few seconds, as soon as I get out of this cutscene. Porting right away. Flying right over. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic event. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Hero? Well, me mostly. All present may rightly claim a seat, I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Emmerich will be there and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we? Ah. Told you I was heading straight over there. Yay. Really arcing it up. We have been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Yes. Show me in. Oh, I didn't even actually ask me this time. It just jumped straight to it. Oh, they even brought the Ananta. Ooh, Hien's even there. Haven't seen him in a bit. Frixio.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay! Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little tricky will outdo, perhaps. Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future, as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal, the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise be!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, A still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them.
The only problem with that is if you cut the power off, would that also kill the patients?
To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
Phrasing.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
We are missing one race. We're missing the dragons. Think time. I would call it the Grand Company of Eorzea. I would call it... One moment, please. It's the Grand Company of Eorzea. What do you expect?
But that's the name I...
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
but that was my...
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Yeah, sure. You know, I think it'd be kind of cool if I had like an aetheryte node, like light or something that I could put in my room. I would love one of those. Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made and the lives lost, inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. Many and more. Elder Seedseer, how might we be of service? I seek Master Alphino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ashcrown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so. It is our hope that we may make use of the Sylph's established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they will require the Council of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. When my plans all came to naught, built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests, and I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you? Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telophoroi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Before committing anything to writing, there's a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? As if you have to ask. I can't think of an excuse not to, so yes. Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it'll be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. And mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. Oh man, I might not finish it. So, what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I propose is largely written. Not long after that fateful day in Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I had made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, and its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question. Namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the tie that bind our new grand company together, and that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes, but the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandon the cause would welcome my inquiries. And Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Have care, however, certain of my former comrades are of questionable character. So keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I have a mind to begin by speaking with Riel and Alian. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Orion's. Let us seek them out there. Castrum Orion's it is. It's almost as if they knew I was going to port right over. Well, look who it is. And what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a matter of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. As Riel will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak, that was our creed, and I still strive to live to it to this day. But as time's gone on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we all got us something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that, things worth protecting thing, which is what being a Scion's all about. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, hero. Could you give us your thoughts on the Crystal Braves? Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Give us your thoughts on the Crystal Braves. Well, its founding ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it all for the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel of them. Not like the Scions, we might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down we've all got the shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. While our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Till we meet again. 2 more missions to go. We're gonna push it. Unofficial business. Let's see. Zephyr, no. Wait. Yeah, no. Crit and skill speed, no. P139, determination, no. Determination, I guess none of these I want. Well, I think we have taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what others have learned. I could just pour back home. Yay, return. Lancers Guild. Weird spot. Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Alright, here you go. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solace to seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Yeah, we're gonna try and push ahead. Although I know it's like a minute away until the 2-hour mark, but we're gonna press on! It's only one more after I finish this mission. Pass. Ah, welcome, Brave One, and friends of Brave One. How good it is to see you walking ones again, so soon after the meeting. Been a while since we last spoke. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. Horned One Connie Senna said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. That is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telophoroi. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry, it seems. Alice, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino, don't tell me. You couldn't read my handwriting. What? No, a Twin Adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlian has sent an envoy, who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. An envoy? Could it be that Kryl has managed to sway the Forum? We shall know soon enough, but there is more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seedseer. Really? I can see why they might want Scion to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It is. I could scarce believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told that it was one Fortunal Levailleur. Your father? Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be a surprise enough, but him? Quite. I glean from this that they are taking the matter seriously. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members, unless he volunteered for it? It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being? Perhaps. But he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, loath though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report. Never mind, there will be time to talk later. This one won't keep walking ones for more urgent matters. Go. The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seedseer waits us now. Let us be on our way. I just used my return. I must wait. $584 more seconds. Flying back we go. Eventually I'll be changing my return spell to a different area. Probably Limsa. And then I'll buy Aetheryte tickets for the Twin Adder. So I'll be able to port to there easily. Because all it takes for me to get Twin Adder tickets is just to get company seals. And company seals are stupid easy to get. I could just run around in dungeons unsynced and just trash those and turn them in. I think it's like every run of Shisui Violet Tides is like 10,000 seals or something like that. Conjurer. Welcome, Warrior of Light. The Elder Seedseer and your friends are waiting within. This is gonna be fun. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Fortunault's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Kryle's permission to request Sharlayan's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply might be, we shall soon discover. Flowers. I see ponytails running in the family.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience. I am Fortunault Leveilleur, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortunault, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisoix, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
Oof.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald. One in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
Hubris.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves. But if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphinaud is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice?
Survival.
It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
Better to fight and fail than wait for the axe to fall. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. It is in your power to save us, refuse and you condemn us all. I'm doing the indolence part.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike him, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alizé, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
What?
Father. How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fortuneau, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father! Wait!
Don't bother, Alizé!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
Add family squabble to the spice of the story. So that's what he came here to say. That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi. And as for the rest, like it or not, this was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fortuneau who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. Their decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed. Until we shall face the Telophoroi without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why do they not simply keep their counsel as they are wont to do? Hero, has Master Fortuneau arrived yet? Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they are hiding something from us? That might go some way as to explain Master Fortuneau's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. What if they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know. But something tells me that they are not as unconcerned about the Telophoroi as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we could still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here. When the time is right, of course. I am aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. I've always wanted to visit Sharlayan. Please do. Well, there are one or two things to take care of here first. I always wanted to visit Sharlayan. And so you shall, albeit under less than happy circumstances. It may take a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope. Yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Sharlayans hide some secret truth from us, there could be no certainty as that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telophoroi. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Sharlayan intend to do if we fail? Actually, we'll do spell speed and direct hit. Summoner can use them. Last mission, Death Unto Dawn. I get a shush emote. While Sharlayan's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions... Grave tidings, walking one's grave, grave tidings. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones who went to see feathered ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zelfadal. Destroying ones and captured ones and even frightful godly ones. Feathered ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes, much too late. But luckily destroying ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West. That would be Kurthus. My lady, the Ishgardians report that the Telophoroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Kurthus and are marching at speed. Though their purpose is yet to be determined, the Cartnell Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lord Emmerich has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Tell him he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Cart now. Heard. But wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying ones were said to be led by Cackling Robed One. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. Ah, Fandaniel. Fandaniel? Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cart now. Pray see to your preparation to report to the landing with all haste. I'm already ready and raring to go. At once, my lady, let us away. Time to crush it! Bye-bye! Yes, I want to leave. No, I don't want to stay in the Lotus Stand. I want to kick some tail. I was actually supposed to be outside the inn. Maybe. Yep. Hey, it's Fordola. Hero, it would seem Fordola here has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I have explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me. Alright, coming on over. Oh, I think I remember this part. This is well needed.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Oof.
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again. Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite.
I mean, all you gotta do is, give him a Magitech, vehicle, and he can go zipping around.
All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alfino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you. Just as you believe in them.
Carry the dreams of many, we'll carry yours too. We'll be sure to give your regards to Telophoroi. Some things may have changed, but the adventure isn't over yet. We're doing that.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
Again, you could fly around and shoot things. Just gotta get that Magitech in.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Like two peas in a pod, these two. Uh-oh, looks like I'm gonna be fighting. Yeah. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphino's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Thancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Amalja and Cobalt forces are also bound for Cartno as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same, by saving as many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. Upon joining the Battle of Cartno, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to participate in the battle and view these scenes in their entirety. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. Proceed with death unto dawn. You will shave like... I get shaved all the way down to level 80.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Sharlayan, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroid's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
God be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Nods all around. Let's get to work. Gotta throw on my defiance.
Prepare yourself!
Let's give it our all!
Time to eat some crits. Going with these guys. We're being herded. Oh, is that Cry? No, that's Cecil. We're being led by the nose. They want us to go a certain way. Oh, I forgot about this setup. This is one thing I'm not a fan of with this most recent X-Packs. They sit you in a character, and you're playing a different character each time, and you have to be careful you don't accidentally remove your specialized bar. Because sometimes you can do that. Alright, what do we have? Crimson Savior. Scorch combo. Alright, so there's that. Nope, not him.
Allow me. Just the beginning.
Oh, crap baskets. He needs a heal. Oh, snaps. Oops. So you see how Graha can change his weapon. Basically, he was playing a tank role, so he had a sword and shield. Oh, there's Fandaniel walking on air. Do you see that? The glyph? Yes. How worried should we be? Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartnow. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence, like to the pillars of the Azim Steppe, but greater in scale, far greater. The glyphs that Fandaniel has conjured reach into its very midst. And I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction that with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. The resultant disruption to the flow of aether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. Lovely. That we would go so far cometh as little surprise. That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs. Defeat Lunar Odin? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm Orion J now? Oh, that's that move, okay. I can't destroy the fetters. I probably should have used my barrier. Oops. I'll remember that for next time. Oh, crap baskets. crap.
Away with you!
The best defense is a good defense!
Oh, that's not it. Ugh. Meanwhile, Graha, Tia, and Alice prepare to lock swords with Luna Ravana. Give me Graha. Am I the tank now? Nope, I'm not. Break, Medica, Thunder, Cure, full combo, Alagon, Blizzard. I gotta be careful with that. Woohoo! Spicy meatball. Oh, that's not right. There we go, that's better. And I hit you. No, I can't hit you now. Ooh. I'm low on MP. Okay, so I can't break him. Oh, he can hit him still now. Cool. Can I get back to my character now? My character is a lot better. At this same moment, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alphino and Estinian and resolve to lay Lunar Ifrit low. Ah, time for some revenge. Oh, I gotta play Alphino now, I think. Nope, do I get my character back? Yes. I mean, I'd even take Estinian. Estinian's a badass. Alright, cool, I got my character back. Yes! Time to get some crits! Hit you that time. Oh, I need to kill these nails.
You're finished!
Oh, Jesus. Are you gonna kill all the nails for me then? Cool. Come on. There we go. Sometimes I swear the targeting system isn't exactly the best. Just throwing a tantrum now. It's game over. Gotcha.
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you. Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
Glory be to Garlemore.
How fare the tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Do not hang your heads so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
Should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
One battle at a time, we'll get there to the very end. Well, you've come this far. One battle at a time, we'll get there.
That
Agreed.
we will.
That's ominous. Alright. So that basically concludes Shadowbringers. We are moving on to Endwalker. Yeah, this was a crazy turn in events, and it's gonna get even crazier as it continues once we get into Endwalker. Yeah.
a prayer to keep us ever by your side, an undying promise that we just might carry on in a song. Pray don't forget us, your bygone kin, with one world's end as a new begin. And should our souls scatter unto the wind, still we shall live on. Stand tall. Eternal
Alright. So we made it back. Time to finish this. I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich, and may I say how much I appreciated the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave. It would seem you have finally found a place to settle down. Huh. I merely grew wary of wandering the Far East. Returning to more serious matters, while the Telophoroi have been driven from Cartno, 'tis like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telophoroi at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of aetherology, we are better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to retrieving any information you are able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telophoroi's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we would be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telophoroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of the chaos will come for us, for you. Yet, in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities, the final days themselves. Yes, alright, Alphino, we need a plan, not portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in no position to seek information from all... We are in a position to seek information from all manner of places, not least... Sharlayan. According to Kryl, the Forum have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telophoroi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear, the Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortunalt's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation, I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Sharlayan hath ever been the wellspring of aetherological knowledge. I care not where we go. Here or there, my lance will be ready. And what of you, hero? Might you be persuaded to join us? Plot a course for Sharlayan. If it means I can have words of Fortunal, an island of bookworms and bureaucrats, have we no other choice? Plot a course for Sharlayan. Hear, hear. It is time we laid bare the Telophoroi's dark designs. It appears we're in agreement. We have but to wait for Kryl to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there's a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. You've learned the emote shush. Uh-oh. Meanwhile? Yep. In the Garlean capital.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch, though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach. The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically. Far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
the towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
I don't know why for a second there I thought it was going to automatically go. Ugh.
Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Hear me.
Darkness comes, and with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
Everything all right back there?
Got a little misty-eyed there for a second. This story is a little coming up is a little bit fresher in my head because it's closer to the current content. At Solemn Dawn, Grim purpose shines, and gaze cast toward moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise. Your steps to guide what end betides. Under the darkened moon. Dawn Treader. Alright, so it's been gone over 3 hours long. I gotta go ahead and let this go. Thank y'all for watching. This has been part 139 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. Keep up with the content. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay. No spoilers, please. Next video, we start Endwalker. I hope y'all see y'all then. Later.